YouTube is an excellent resource for resellers, but I think a lot of us need to be careful. So in this video, I want to talk to you about my thoughts on that. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And this morning, I'm working, it's Saturday morning right now when I'm making this video. And I'm out here in the garage finishing up a bunch of listings. I have about 26 drafts that I've made where I just simply need to go in, inspect the item, take the last photographs, and then find the location and take all that information, put it in the listing, and launch it. Kind of my process lately, because I've been getting a lot of information on the items I'm selling before I actually pick them up, so I can make the drafts ahead of time. And I only just put in the exact specifics once I've done that. So that's kind of what I'm actually going to go pick up another, I think, 15 items today on a Saturday. But in doing so outside here, I have my little YouTube TV out here that I watch my YouTube stuff while I'm working, and that involves just listening to a lot of channels. And this is good stuff for you to do as well. If you're a reseller, maybe you're new, maybe you're not, but if you're on eBay Island, is kind of what I call it. If you're just out here working every day, or in your office or garage or basement, wherever you're working, and you're kind of doing this on your own, of course, you're going to learn just through your own mistakes. But I think a lot of times you can watch these channels and just hear what others have to say and maybe learn from their experience, so you don't maybe make similar mistakes. Now, making the video because, guys, I think a lot of people are very easily influenced by what they see on YouTube. Maybe not even directly. I think maybe indirectly. They see these videos, and I think I've talked about this many times before on this channel, but maybe in bits and pieces. But this video is going to be dedicated to this topic. And people see bits and pieces of things, like maybe subconsciously. They see how reseller A on YouTube is saying how great things are. Reseller B, they're saying how great things are, and things aren't going so great for you. And you're like, well, why am I having these problems? So you tend to dig further and further, going further down the rabbit hole to try to understand why they're succeeding, quote unquote, they're succeeding, and you're not. And that could be frustrating, because I've been down that road before. Just trying to understand, why am I failing here at this game, and why are others doing so well? And without going into the specifics, I think you got to be careful on who you follow on YouTube. And you need to use your best judgment. And this is just my advice to you. Do what you want. If you want to fall in love with every YouTuber you see, then I guess that's on you. But you're going to be more disappointed than you are motivated. I can tell you that in the long run. And the best advice I can give anyone, especially newer people, the more influential people that are just trying to learn for the first time, is watch the channels. I'm not going to tell you what channels not to watch. Watch the channels and watch the message. Is there any constant underlying theme of how that person can get benefited in some way? Are they trying to tell you that their way is the way and there is really no other way, and if you're doing it this way, you're doing it wrong, and they're going to try to convert you over to their way of thinking? Let me tell you, you don't have to join a cult to do well on eBay. Okay? Use your own best judgment. Glean information from a lot of these videos and take what works in your mind. What works, try it out. If it works, keep it. That's your own now. And if it doesn't work, throw it away. And if that channel keeps giving you bad information and it's more of a money grab, it's more of a way to put money in their pockets. Because one thing you have to keep in mind is YouTubers, I'd say after you get like 10,000 viewers, YouTubers are making okay money. I mean, this channel's making, less than $1,000 a month. We're trying to get up over that hump, but and that's just me being realistic and honest with you. I've almost 18,000 viewers. I don't have a membership program. We simply take time to do 2 live streams a week, and we try to throw some decent videos in between. And there's reasons that I do this. I enjoy it, for one. Like I said, if you've watched this channel many times over the last 3 years, you'll know that I came from a background where I was a trainer, supervisor, mentor, and that was my duties for many, many years. And I volunteered for these things. It's things that I looked forward to doing. And when I no longer found myself working for that company, when that company closed, well, I had a sort of a void. So the first year of reselling, I was on eBay Island. I didn't have really anyone that I can relate to and talk to other than the people I was watching on YouTube. And I was taking bits and pieces of that. But I also noticed that, you know, some of it was a bit disingenuous. And then you take a deep look. Whenever you're watching a YouTuber, take a look at their store. Okay. Now, many will provide a store link. My store is Value Trends, VALUETRENDZ. I don't have a link down below, but I have two stores, Value Trends, and then Hot Desert Deals is my secondary, what I call my crap, like my clearance store. And you know what? Take a look if the person you're watching is actually doing well on eBay, or if they're not. And if they're not doing so hot, then, I mean, how else are they're making their money? Are they trying to get you to buy a program? Are they trying to get you to send money to them for, you know, maybe a Patreon or a membership? Now, there's nothing wrong with memberships. I think sometimes as a channel grows large enough that you have to weed out, and I hate to say this, but you have to kind of weed out because there's just so many people. You can't get to all the questions. You can't get to all the concerns, and you can't help everyone after you get to be you know, such a large channel. And so eventually, I mean, we may get to where we'd say $1.99. That's way down the road, because you know, memberships are a way to kind of give focused help. And but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about, you know, I this channel, we answer every email. You know, flippingainteasy2020@gmail.com. We answer every email. I may not be able to give you the answer you're looking for, but I'm going to try to find it. And certainly I don't mind doing that. I get a few emails a night, and that's kind of, you know, it's something I look at when I can. I can't always get to my emails, but I'm not charging anyone for that. And, you know, like there's some places they'll say, hey, I'll charge you $5 or $10 to look at your store and to give you, you know, information on that. I think that's just wrong. And look, we're all here to succeed. And if you are watching people on YouTube that are trying to, in the background, fleece the masses, so $5, $10 doesn't seem like a lot per person, but if you add it up by the hundreds and the thousands, now you can see that they're turning into a YouTuber that happens to sell on eBay rather than an eBayer who's making videos to share their success with you. And that's where you want to discern really who to watch. Now, I still watch a lot of these channels that I certainly wouldn't trust to save my life, because every once in a while they have a nugget, because they have sources, they have contacts, they got large channels, they have good people who watch their shows, and I want to learn. So again, I'm not going to join any programs or anything like that, but I'm going to pick and choose who I can trust. If the information works, now you have to apply this information to your situation, and that's just it. A lot of these people make you think, hey, you can't do it this way because it doesn't work. And I got to tell you, like, one example I'll give you is, if you're not selling a niche, then you can't succeed on eBay. That is a myth, okay? And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You can succeed on eBay if you're selling pretty much everything. Now, I wasn't doing so hot last year because I just wasn't buying the right items. I wasn't sourcing properly. But I kept looking, found good stuff to sell. And guess what? I'm still selling everything. And guess what? I'm doing better than I really have since 2019. And so it's possible, right? It's possible. So I guess it's easy to fall in line with what everyone else is doing because it looks good and everyone's saying how it's great. I'm more motivated now than ever since I joined this group. But you don't have to do that, guys. Save your money. Put that money into product that you can resell, because at the end of the day, it really boils down to this. Only you are the driver of your success. It's not eBay. It's not this channel. It's not another channel. It's not a group that you're going to join. It is learning as you go and really trying to invest as little as you can to get the most gain. That's why I say, you go sourcing, you buy low and you sell high, and you have room to adjust if you have an offer that comes in that makes you 3, 4, 5 extra money even after the offer comes in. So, and one thing also is I talked to you guys in the live stream about I don't want to have any negative discussions about specific channels, and that's going to be the way it is going forward. I'm not going to mention channels unless it's a positive thing. I think I said something positive about Shed Flips and how they're doing well, and that's motivation, guys. Go check them out. But I'm not going to sit up here and call out channels by name. I'm just not. I'm not going to create a war. I'm not going to create animosity. I'm not going to make viewers feel like they have to choose between one channel or another. I just want you to individually know what you're watching and find channels. There's a lot of them out there, a lot of good channels out there. Find channels where there's people on there that you feel that you can trust, that are being honest with you. I hope you guys feel that I'm being honest with you here. I don't really have any motivations to tell you this other than this is something that's always been on my mind even before this channel. Is some YouTube channels you can trust and some you can't. And I think a lot of you guys already know that, but I think this message is really for the newer sellers than anything else, because I think they're the ones that are the most influential. And I just hate to see anyone go down, a rabbit hole, dropping a lot of money, thinking that's the way, and then they're following this advice thinking that's the way, when there's many ways to skin a cat on eBay and be successful. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. And I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And if you want to be notified when we go live on Mondays and Fridays, hit that notification bell so you can be a part of some pretty great discussions and some informative material. Real quick note, guys. Kina and Baubles, Blings, and Blissful Things, I believe that's the name. They both won a scale we gave away yesterday on Friday, but they haven't contacted me. So if you're watching this video, contact me by email. I know who you are, of course. I know your usernames. I know basically who you are. So I just need you to contact me. Otherwise, I'm going to think that you don't want these scales, and we're just going to have to try to do another giveaway. But guys, who you watch and follow on YouTube, it's not that big of a deal, but just be careful on the advice that you're given and kind of see where the message is coming from. Is it coming from the heart, or is it coming from a pocketbook? But these are all things we have to discern for ourselves, and it's just another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to have an excellent weekend or rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon.